I want to just quickly cut across to our guests this morning. We are joined, Akshat and I, by Group Captain V.N. Jha, former fighter pilot, defense analyst. Let's cut across to him first. Captain Jha, three services coming together, executing an operation with the kind of precision that at least we have seen. How historic is that? How would you rate this operation?
Well, I compliment the Government of India, Ministry of Defense, as well as the three services that they have carried out the operation with the absolute precision. It was worth watching the entire operation, even in the clips that we have seen on your channel. But more than that, we had been expecting it last night itself after the notam was issued. And as a diversionary tactics, most probably operation the mock-up drills, what was planned today, I was having a feeling that possibly something will happen in the night, and that did happen. But all said, most of us, we had been expecting that it would be more than the Balakot. In Balakot, only one terrorist organization was the one who was responsible at Pulwama. This time, it is not only the Pathankot. It has been a series of attacks on our people. And there we must be, be sympathetic with many others. It was not only the Pahalgam. Think of Kishtwar, what happened in April, 9th April, I think it was there. Katwa in March, Sundarbani, February. Series of attacks last year in the October at Anantnag, at Gulmarg, Gandarbal, and thereafter before. It was on the civilians as well as on the military personnel. Think of all those attacks which has happened, targeted killings of the Hindu in Kashmir Valley and somewhere else. It has been a series of such attacks. For long, we had been asking, the Ministry of Defense to be proactive. We knew in the last 2.5 years that there were launch pads which were full of the terrorists all those years, and we had been suggesting to the government those days also. Please be proactive. 10 of them will come this side, 9 you will kill.
No, very true. This was a long time coming. There were multiple terror launch pads, which is why you're seeing 9 targets right now in these strikes. Captain Jha, just stay with us because we'd like your expertise also on how this particular strike was carried out. Let's just talk about the targets here, Preeti. And what Captain Jha also pointed out was that there are multiple now terror launch pads. 9 targets particularly where we've seen these strikes happen. And 2 of them are prime terror hubs. What do I mean by that? These are Lashkar-e-Taiba hubs, their headquarters, if you will, where in fact many of these terror attacks like Pahalgam have been plotted. Hafiz Saeed's mosque that served as a headquarter for Lashkar has been completely destroyed in these strikes. The mosque linked to terror activities and terror planning, identified as Masjid-e-Taiba, is a center for ideological training, which is essentially radicalization, getting more terrorists, and then deploying them to target Indians. 26/11 attacker Ajmal Kasab confessed that he was also trained in Muridke, where the terror hub is located, where the strike has happened. Kasab also described the complex as key to plotting terror attacks and indoctrination. So since then to now, our forces, our agencies have been closely tracking all of the movement in this particular area. Muridke, mind you, is close to Lahore, and that tells you how sensitive an operation this was and how precise this strike was. Osama bin Laden had financed 10 million rupees for the construction of this very mosque and a guest house within the Masjid-e-Taiba complex, all of which has now been blown up to bits, Preeti.
And we're going to take our viewers through on why exactly Muridke, viewers. How many times have you seen, heard on television, read on newspapers that possibly every terror attack in India bore the footprint of the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the man Hafiz Saeed? So why Muridke is the answer there. Near Lahore, it is the Lashkar-e-Taiba headquarters, the LeT led by Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of 26/11, viewers. So it's retribution, all right, for Pahalgam, but you can go all the way back and tie it to 26/11, before that, to the attacks on the parliament. So in that sense, this is decades in the making, and that is the enormity of what has happened last night, the destruction of Masjid-e-Taiba. What is Masjid-e-Taiba? The LeT headquarters in Muridke, where Kasab, when he confessed, he was trained there. At any given point of time, there are at least 90 to 100 terrorists who are studying there, who are being indoctrinated, who are being trained, and then sent across the border to foment terror on Indian soil.
And Ajmal Kasab gave details of that. He confirmed meetings with Hafiz Saeed in this very complex. He described it as a complex that was key to training, planning, indoctrination, as Preeti just pointed out. So this was the headquarters of Lashkar-e-Taiba. It's been on watch of our agencies for the last many years. And now you're seeing, after the Pahalgam terror attack and a clear link to Hafiz Saeed, to this attack as well, our forces targeting this headquarters. And it's not just the LET, Preeti. You're seeing also targeted strikes against the Jaish-e-Mohammad, against Hizbul Mujahideen. And let's focus on the strikes on the Jaish terror hubs as well. Let's put out the images right now of the mosque that served as a terror training pad in Bahawalpur. This is the area. You see what it looked like previously versus now, blown to bits courtesy this precision strikes by the Indian Army. This was a training pad in Bahawalpur for the Jaish-e-Mohammad. What we've done is essentially the biggest setups of each of these terror organizations, Hizbul, Jaish and Lashkar. We've gone ahead and targeted those particularly, no matter how deep it is within Pakistan or POK. JEM terror commanders associated with their Afghan operations also visit these markers for terrorist plannings for meetings to go ahead and plot against India. Now, this is a fortified facility. It houses about 600 cadre. Imagine this. This is a terror training setup. It has a state-of-the-art gym. It has a swimming pool, luxury for terrorists, believe it or not. It's used as a recruitment center also and a training camp, which is why the need was to clearly target these launch pads and these training centers to ensure that these terrorists have no resources available to them anymore.